Class Championship. And there's the speed. It's Porsche here. Let's see the Now this Daniel Lewis on the outside.
Welcome to the 2021 PCCA in Ningbo. We're here for the final race of this triple header of a race weekend. So yesterday on Saturday we had 2 rounds of races which produced 2 different winners. So for round 1, Daniel Liu from Team Jepson took victory, and for round 2, Leo Ye from BD Group was our race 2 winner. So that also shaked up our drivers' championship. Currently sitting on the top of our championship is Cui Yue from Porsche Holding with 118 points. But not too far behind him with only 10 points gap is Daniel Liu. So Daniel will be again starting from pole position for today's race alongside Meidong Racing's Lin Kang. 各位观众朋友，大家好，欢迎来到2021赛季的 PCCA 宁波站比赛现场。那么我们这个周末一共3场比赛，我们今天是要进行的是最后的一场比赛。那么在昨天周六的2回合比赛中呢，陆文龙来自捷成车队获得了第1回合的比赛冠军。那么第2回合的冠军呢，则是由来自宝德企业集团的叶红丽获得。那么经过昨天的2轮比赛之后呢，我们现在的车手积分榜上也有了一些变化。那么现在处于车手积分榜榜首的呢，则是来自保时捷控股集团的崔越。那么以10分之差排在第2的呢，就是我们的小将陆文龙。陆文龙今天在比赛中呢，将再次以杆位的成绩发车。那么和他一起头牌发车的呢，是来自美东车队的林康。那么很快我们的比赛就要开始了。那在此之前呢，我们先回放一段短片，回顾一下我们昨天的精彩瞬间。Welcome back to the grid. I'm here joined by the Managing Director of Porsche Motorsport Asia Pacific, Mr. Alexander Gibo, and Mr. Dario Garcia, Senior Manager for One Make Series. Let's start with Alex then. Alex, would you mind telling us a little bit about this new independent entity, the Porsche Motorsport Asia Pacific?
Well, first of all, welcome Andrea. Welcome to all the fans who are, watching Porsche Carrera Cup Asia this weekend. So Porsche Motorsport Asia Pacific, it's now, as you said, a separate entity, a legal entity, and registered as a company in a comprehensive bonded zone in Shanghai. And basically, the message is now we have the possibility to enable the race car sales in China for Chinese market. So I think it's a great step. It's a great step for Porsche, but not only for Porsche. I think for the whole motorsport industry, I really believe that now we can take the motorsport into the next level.
Thank you very much, Alex. Now let's go over to Dario. Dario, you recently became the senior manager for One Make Series at Porsche Motorsport Asia Pacific. First of all, congratulations, and are you excited about the role?
Good morning, Andrea. Of course, I'm excited about the role, and thank you very much for your greetings. So I arrived in China in 2016. I was here for the Porsche Experience Center project and establishing all the driving programs for the Porsche Experience Center and Porsche China. And moving to motorsport now, having the chance to move to motorsport is really a big privilege. And being in the premier One Make Series in the region is I'm very conscious of the heavy backpack I have to carry, but I'm sure we can make it, and we have a full potential now to go ahead.
Now, after 18 full seasons, the PCCA finally had a name change. It's now the PCCA presented by Axim Trade. So would you say this is a big step up for the PCCA?
Yeah, this is definitely a big step up, and this shows now with the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia presented by Axim Trade. This shows that how successful our series is and how attractive it is. So same as for these highly successful finance companies. So definitely, if they've chosen us, there is a reason behind it. Like Alex mentioned, China has a bright motorsport future, we guess.
Thank you, gentlemen. Back to you guys.
So here are the points classifications coming into this 7th round of the championship. Toyue leads now by 10 points. Daniel Luren Long with his win yesterday goes up into 2nd in the pro class in the AM. Bao Yin Long has a healthy lead really over Min Hong, and Bian Ye in 3rd position. And in the AM category, well, that's the biggest lead of the championship. That is a huge advantage for Eric Kwong, who's won 4 out of the 5 races. Li Ya in 2nd position, Henry Kwong in 3rd spot. So just waiting for the grid to clear now and the cars to get underway on their formation lap. Here is the layout of the Ningbo International Speed Park. 22 corners designed by Alan Wilson, who has a number of circuits to his name, including the very impressive Utah Motorsport Park just outside Salt Lake City. Difficult to overtake, but those hairpins provide a little bit of an opportunity. 46.7 this weekend by Lee Kong. And the run down from turn 10 to actually the end of the lap. Lovely serpentine run. The fastest lap ever here, F3 lap, which was just under 1 minute 41. So these cars are seriously quick. We are rolling for the lap. Green flag waving on the pit wall. Here's the starting grid. Daniel Lu Wenlong on pole position from Ling Kong in second position. Then Toyue in the 86 on row 2 with Yu Kuai for Team Star Chase, the number 99, the orange car, in fourth position. Row number 3 is going through that, 5 and 6. Nathan Lu Wenlu, he is in the 911 along with Min Hung. Row 5, Eric Kwong and Zubiang. Then it's Lin Yu and Lu Chase. Lu Chao, excuse me. Banier. Row 8, Li Ya and Henry Kwong. And row 9, Wan Bo, Liu Ye. It's a very lowly starting position for the driver in third in the championship. And Jackie Wu off the back, but at least he has got the car to the grid this time. So coming round this formation lap, just seeing the final cars come round the hairpin. More overcast today. Waiting for Daniel to bring the cars around. So Liu Ye, who has been a front runner, starting way down the field, so watch out for that car having to come through. Here they come onto the start grid now. And heading to the line. Fantastic sight with the cars all coming into position. Yellow flag still waving at the back. Porsche intervention vehicle with the four-ways on at the back. The two yellow flags are taken away from the side of the grid. Is there a green flag? Here comes the man in the red overalls. He's got it in his hands. Waves the flag. And it's green. We're running. Oh, and there's an accident at the back of the grid. The yellow flags are out. This is going to be a safety car, I think. Good start from the pole sitter, Daniel Lu Wenlong. He's got away, but there was definitely contact at the back, and there's more contact in the first proper corner. And right in the midst of that was Bianier. This is a safety car. Two cars stranded on the grid. And I think more damaged as well. At the moment, we're still racing. This may have to be a restart. It's going to take some cleaning up. Toro Racing alongside the Team Star Chase bright orange car as they're battling for fourth and fifth, make that fifth and sixth. Down the track, the number 911. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Nathan Lu has gone down the outside. Full course yellow is out, safety car is out. So the remnants of two very badly damaged cars. The 22 is Liu Ye, one of the championship protagonists. Huge damage at the back and the front of that car. I said he was further down the grid than he would like to be. He was trying to make up some ground. I think the other car involved is Jackie Wu in the 69. He had problems yesterday just getting that car running. 16 laps. Oh, we do have a time limit here as well. So right at the back on the pit wall side of things, I don't think Leo Ye got away. Actually, that's not Jackie Wu's car, I don't think. Darker coloured car. Let's keep an eye open for the 69 coming through. Was it Yuan Bo? Yeah, into the pit lane to avoid the incident on the start-finish line. That's smart, and it allows the drivers to stay away from the marshals who are doing their work on the pit lane. Marshall running down the pit lane with some fluid dryer. So as they go across the line, it is our pole sitter who is leading behind the safety car. Jackie Wu has gone through, just seen his car. So it was the number 9, wasn't it? Li Chao. It's Li Chao and the 22 of Leo Ye who were involved there. It just looked to me as though Leo didn't get off the line at all and was absolutely nailed from behind. So difficult when the lights go out, you're concentrating so hard. So we're under a safety car. No major, well, Toyue up in the second from the start. And Li Kong in third position. Extraordinary, really is. But testament to the strength of this new 992 Porsche Cup car. The drivers will be able to fight another day. The cars may need some repair, will need some repair. The slight worry I have is just how much damage there was to those cars, having taken a big hit, and how easy or difficult it will be to move them from the pit road, the pit straight, excuse me. The teams having to use the pit road as they shortcut that area. So, waiting to get word from the race control as to whether we're going to stay behind the safety car. This is the second lap. Keep an eye on the clock as well, because we do have a time constraint here. We'll get to that if that becomes a requirement. Back into the pit lane again. The white Porsche safety vehicle just going across the pit entry line there and into the pit lane. Teams checking their drivers and their cars as they go through. There's the Kiddie World car. That's Eric Kwong in 8th position and leading the AM class, right in behind the number 6 of Bajin Long, who is leading the Pro-Am version. 3 classes here, all the cars are the same. It is the drivers who are categorised. Back out onto the circuit. Past Marshall Post 2, yellow flag still waving. I'm going to say the safety car's not exactly hanging about, and they are stringing out just a wee bit. So 2 cars involved. The number 9 of Li Chao and The 22 championship contender, one has to say, with a win on the season. The BD group, Liu Ye, and the silver car with the sort of crossword design on it. That was the car that seemed to be most damaged and seemed to have been hit from behind. Car run by Absolute. Was second in the Pro-Am Championship coming into this weekend. It's had a horrible weekend. Horrible weekend. Pole position in the first race. You think, great, everything's going well. Then side-by-side contact going into the back chicane. Damage to the left front steering arm. Took him out of that race. None scored. And then this one will be a no score as well. And in a championship that is this competitive, that is really difficult to keep up a championship challenge. So, coming to the end of this lap, the second. And again, expect to see the cars coming in through turn number 21 into the pit lane and not taking 22 onto the start-finish line. Down through the hairpin. Safety car just disappearing around there. A little bit more overcast today, but I shouldn't think there'll be too much difficulty keeping the heat in the Michelin tyres. Into the pit lane again. Well, extraordinary stuff at the start of the race. And exactly what we didn't want here. The end of a busy weekend. Just 2 weeks and we'll be back, of course, here in Ningbo for the next Porsche Carrera Cup Asia event. Clean-up still going on the pit lane, and every precaution being taken by the marshals with the drivers. When we've got some information, we'll pass it through to you. Big gap after Eric Kwong. There's the Kiddie World car. So we're going to have to get one or two of these drivers to close up a wee bit. Supposed to stay pretty close in the safety car train. That isn't happening at the moment, I'm afraid. So what a shame for those two drivers. However, that's motor racing. Most dangerous part of the race is the grid start, of course. Still the safety car goes around as we come to complete another lap. Things rather shaken up at the start of this race. Just to reiterate the championship positions, Toyue in the 86 car now leading the championship as we come into round 7 with 118 points from Daniel Liu Renlong with 108. Liu Ye out of this race, coming into this weekend in second, now down to third and potentially losing more places on 104 points. 91 for Ling Kong in fourth position, the number 12 driver, and the top 6 made up by Yu Kuai and Chuan Bo on 90 and 52. So after Yu Kuai, quite a big gap. That's the overall points championship. Rather different in the Pro-Am competition with Bao Jinglong leading on 122 to Min Hong's 66 car. That is in second place with 104 points, just 4 points ahead of Bian Ye in third position. And Shobiwan on 95 in fourth position. And by far the biggest championship gap is that of the AM category, Eric Kwon has a commanding lead, 151 to 99 over Li Jia. Li Jia has a 3-point lead over Henry Kwong in third, 151, 99 and 96. The points there for the top three. Talk about this much actually, but there is also a championship for the dealer trophy, leading at the moment by 10 points after 6 rounds. Porsche holding from Team Jebsen in second and the BD group in third. Team Star Chase in fourth, a little bit further back, 118, 108, 101 the points there in the dealer team trophy. No sign of the safety car pulling in at the moment in this 7th round of Porsche Carrera Cup Asia for 2021. And time ticking away. I've got the watch running, but I'll wait to see the official time come up on our screens here in the commentary booth. If you are just joining us, hello there, it's John Hindhoff here. We should be watching a little bit of racing. Now the safety car lights are out, so we are going back to racing. We are going back to racing. I can see the safety car lights are out, and so it will be down to Daniel Lu Renlong in the number 20, the white car. He's gone quite early. 2 corners from the end, 3 corners from the end. Comes up the start-finish straight in the Team Jebsen Racing number 20, the white car with the blue stripes on the side. And he is trying to make his big for freedom, but here's Toy Yue in the black, red and white car. 3rd position is Lin Kong in the silver and blue car. Then it's the 99 of Yu Kuai sitting in 4th position. Max Visser taking over the Toro racing car from Andre Couto this weekend in 5th position. And then Nathan Liu in the 911 did get that good start. Top 6 are all pro cars. That's a great restart, isn't it, by Daniel Lu Renlong. 20 car then into the left-handed hairpin in the first part of the track. Extremely complicated and technical circuit. 4 kilometres, just over 2.5 miles. 22 corners to negotiate for these new 992 Cup cars. Well, we're back racing again. That's a good thing. Through the chicane on the far side of the circuit from the pit lane. Now, we saw in race 5, our opener of this weekend at Ningbo, just how good Daniel Liu is, but he's not getting away this time. Toy Yue, who I thought had pace in that opener, but was embroiled in a battle further down the field, trying to keep his championship challenger. This is 2nd and 1st in the championship, in 1st and 2nd here on the track as they come round to complete another lap. Across the line, there goes Daniel down towards that first corner. Plenty of oil dry and sand soaking up the essential fluids that were lost from the 2 cars that came into contact at the start of the race. Li Chao for Porsche Beijing and Golden Port, and of course the 22 BD group, Liu Ye. They will, I'm afraid, not be scoring any points. A weekend to forget for Liu Ye, who must have had some confidence coming in this weekend after a win already this year, but has seen his championship challenge fade with 2 no-point scores this weekend for the number 22 team. Well, the lights flashing is starting now. 2nd place, Toy Yue in the 86 Porsche, trying to catch the attention, or perhaps just break the concentration of our leader. Half a second at the line is around about a car and a half's length as they come through the chicane into these sweeping curves in the middle of this track. Still a bit of a gap opening up now to third place, and Li Kong. Not sure that the 99 car and Yu Kuai in the orange Star Chaser racing car is able to put any pressure on. As soon as we get a couple of clear laps, you just start to see things stringing out a bit, and it's Yu Kuai flashing the lights this time in that orange number 99, coming through the sweeping first kink and down into the first proper corner at turn 2. We have seen some overtaking manoeuvres there. 666 further back down through the field is Linghui, the horsepower team car. And right up the inside, lovely manoeuvre there. Now that was a pass for position and 8th, but not a class position. The multicoloured car is the leader in the AM class. That's Eric Kwong for Kiddie World Racing. And just going by him there was Yuan Bo for the number 88 team. Ivory Bay Capital run car, or supported car should I say. But that will not bother at all our runaway leader in the AM class, the number 23, Eric Kwong, has won all bar one of the races in his category, qualifies well, races inside the top 10 for most of these events. Now the lead is coming back together again, down towards the end of the lap, the sweeping downhill serpentine section into the final 2 corners and onto the start-finish line. Who gets the better punch out the final corner, turn 22? Even Stevens, I reckon, between Daniel Lu Renlong and Choi Lue. Choi Lue trying to put some pressure on through the opening part of this lap then, as we're getting towards half distance. Oh, now here's a story. This looks like a drive-through for the Eric Kwong Kiddie World car. Pulled out of the battle. Has he rejoined? Trundling down to the end of the pit lane. Maybe an infringement at the start. I can only think possibly a jump start or some infringement behind the safety car when it came out, unless there is a mechanical problem. We'll get onto that for you immediately. KW Suspensions supported car going just a little bit wide there. It's Li Jia in the 828 and having a cracking battle at the moment. The other dark coloured car ahead of him is that of the ZZRT competition, and that's Wu Jiying. That is the battle for 15th, 16th and 17th. But if you prefer, 3rd, 4th and 5th in class actually. Henry Kwong just a few seconds up the road, and this is the AM final podium position that is being battled for here. And here comes the car that was leading the class. That's the Kiddie World car, so it was a drive-through for Eric Kwong, so that is actually for 2nd and 3rd in that category. So Kwong now, we've seen him do it from the front, and he's got to somehow now fight his way back through the field. So that means Henry Kwong is leading the category in 13th overall, and as they come through, it will be the 828 that goes through in 2nd, Li Jia, and the 55 of Wu Jiezin in 3rd place. Then Eric Kwong was right with them. We'll keep on top of that for you as we move into the last third of the race. At the front, still nothing in it, by the way. Daniel Liu from Toyota in second. Separated by just half a second. The 666 leading a decent battle as well. That's the bottom end of the top 10. Ingue coming through to the chicane, hammering that left-hand curb with the Michelin tyre. In behind, Ingue is in 11th, the number 3. That was the leader in the Pro-Am category coming into this weekend. Yan Ye. The points over this weekend are going to be so pivotal to what happens in the championship, with 3 races in very quick succession. So this cracking battle at the front of the field has not really turned down at all, has it? I would say that the number 99 orange car in 4th position perhaps has just dropped a little way back from Yu Kuai, but ready to pounce. Yeah, just what, maybe 5 or 6 car lengths back, but the top 3 equidistant. Bit of a challenge now coming to Toyue in second in the black, white and red car. He's trying to focus forward and look at the back of that white car, which is our leader, the Jepson racing car of Daniel Liu Wenlong. But he's got his mirrors absolutely chock full at the moment of Lin Kong in the silver and blue Maidong racing car. And here comes the challenge. Who has got the performance left in the last portion of this race? Oh, spin for Jackie Wu in the all GT silver car. But he's facing the right direction again. He was having a decent little battle down at the back of the field. Now, in close competition with the number 55 of Mujizin, and the ZZRT competition car, the dark grey or charcoal car, has continued, and as has Jackie Wu, in fairness. Oh, bit of a lock up by the leader there. That was the unloaded left front Michelin going into turn 2, and there's a real battle on now between the top 3. Toyue has managed to, I don't know whether he's just torn off the interior mirror and thrown it over his shoulder, but he doesn't seem to be taking any notice of the pressure that's coming from behind, starting to look for differing lines to the leader. This is a real opportunity now. Second in the championship leads, first in the championship in second. Daniel Liu was he slightly defensive? There's another half opportunity there for the second place car. But at the moment, it's more to catch the attention, I think. Now watch out for the number 99 car, the bright orange car that dropped away for Yu Kuai. These cars battling, now forcing mistakes from each other. There's a little tap on the rear bumper of Toyue in second place there from the number 12 of Lin Kong. And that Star Chase number 99 Team Star Chase car is closing in on the leaders. It's fractions, you know, absolute fractions, but that's all it takes because these cars are so well matched. And it's all down to the drivers and what performance they can extract. Big lock up this time by the third place driver, who will go off the circuit. Lin Kong then trail braking into turn 2, and you really do have to get the best out of these cars. You have to trail brake them, and he was just a little bit too much pressure on the brake pedal there. That's dropped him away for the moment, but he still does have some performance and some pace there because he's able to close that gap quickly. Leading pair still at it, hammer and tongs. Now we had laps under the safety car early on, which will mean that they didn't use as much fuel, so the cars will be a bit heavier at this stage of the race than they might have expected, and they won't have used as much performance from their Michelin tyres either. So we should have full speed, full reach and full aggression from these three to the end of the race. Wider line from Toyue in second position, trying to get the power on early and square off the exit from the corner to get the run down the next part of the track. There's pace in that number 86 car. Just not sure there's pace in the right places to be able to make the pass into the lead. Yu Kuai still trying to get on the back of this and make it a four-way scrap for 3 podium spots here in round 7 of the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia 2021. Ningbo providing great entertainment again on this tight, twisty and technical circuit. Just over 2.5 miles in length. Now, it's been 2 or 3 laps now that Toyue has been in an attacking position, sitting right in behind the wheel tracks of the number 20 of Daniel Wenlong. The Team Jebsen car for the moment maybe just looking a little stronger and eases out. Oh, huge lock up by Toyue, and that's going to cost second place. Oh dear me, might cost third as well. Here comes the number 99 of Yu Kuai. Was there just a little bit of anxiousness there from the car that was in second, our championship leader coming into this round? I just thought that Daniel Liu had weathered the storm, and maybe Toyue was feeling that as well and tried to press on a little too hard. Now the problem will be, of course, that will have put a flat spot on the at least the left front Michelin tyre, and under heavy braking that will seek the ground again and only get worse. Now we're coming down to run out of time here, so there'll be one more lap after this one. In fact, there is the last lap board. Just saw the countdown clock there. So that was the result of that long safety car run early on. So we won't quite get the full 16 lap distance. So this is it now. Well, that is cold comfort, I'm afraid, for Toyue. Third position and thrown away on the penultimate lap. Second position disappeared, might not yet get third either. Ning Kong just not able to close the gap to our lead. It looks like 2 wins this weekend for Jebsen and for Daniel Liu. Max Visser has had a decent weekend. 5th position for the Toro Racing car. That's the white with red stripe car. It's behind this 2-car battle for 3rd position. You'd say the final step on the podium is by no means secure for Toyue. Championship leader will want to maximise the points haul here before we come back in 2 weeks' time. Just the last sequence of corners to go now for Daniel Liu Wenlong. He'll claim a 2nd victory at Ningbo. And he's really come into championship contention this weekend. Checkered flag is just around the 22nd corner on this lap. There it is. And Jebsen take another victory. They will solidify their lead in the championship for the dealer groups. Ling Kong coming home in second, Toi Lue in third. Toi Lue will be ruining that slight mistake. It was such a slight error under braking. Really feels like the punishment didn't fit the crime. Drops down from second to third. Yu Kuai takes fourth position ahead of Max Visser in fifth. Decent run for Yuen Bo in the 88 in sixth, and the 911 Nathan Liu coming through to seventh position. Top seven all the pro cars in the AM category. Eighth position. What a great finish for the number 6 driver Bao Jinlong. Team Shanghai Honda taking that one. And in the AM, possibly the most surprising result is that Eric Kwong didn't win, but Henry Kwong did. But it looked, I think at the end there, as they were coming to the line, I think that Eric has got back to second position. So his winning streak is over, but he has been on the podium for every single race. So congratulations to the Triple Ace Racing driver, Henry Kwong, in the yellow and black number 91, for taking the AM victory. Cars coming back to the pit lane. Just a reminder, we'll be doing this again at this circuit in a couple of weeks' time for the next round. So confirming our race winner, who Phil's been through this pit lane a few times this weekend, having had to do that to avoid the clean-up on the start-finish line. Knows his way to that position. Second time he's been here this weekend, behind the big number 1, the Jebsen racing car, resplendent in that very distinctive Carrera white and metallic blue livery. Daniel Liu Wenlong out of the car and being heartily congratulated, and this will do his championship challenge no harm at all. Confirming the victory by just over a second to Daniel Liu Wenlong from Ling Kong in second, Toi Lue in third. Yu Kuai just off the podium, and Henry Kwong down in 13th did take the AM category from the Kiddie World Racing and Championship leader driver Eric Kwong in second, Li Jia in third, and in the AM category, Bao Jinlong, Zhou Biwan and Bian Ye on the podium for respectively Team Shanghai Honda, Meidong Racing and Absolute Racing. Oh, Toi Lue, there's an expression of resignation on there, on the driver. Knows he had a real good opportunity today to stamp his authority on the pro category. Will still, now Willie had a 10-point lead coming in here. Let's remind ourselves of what happened. The action started, well, before the start line for the guys at the back of the grid, with Liu Ye being picked up and hammered into. 2 cars left on the start-finish line. Once we got underway, the man who had been on pole position, Daniel Liu Wenlong, well, he disappeared down the road, or at least made sure that he wasn't challenged. Further back down the field, he had good battles all the way through, including with the 828 Li Jia and the number 55, the other dark grey car, Wu Zhenyang. Jackie Wu going for a spin, but at least getting some laps under his belt today. And at the front then, it was all about who could keep the concentration. Little lock up for the leader, but that didn't hold him back. Nambo going down the inside of the 911 of Nathan Liu. 66, one of the Toro racing cars, also making up positions for Ming Hung. And then the decisive moment for Toyue, locking up the left front Michelin. Cost him second place. Almost cost him third place as well. So it was Daniel Liu that came through to take the victory. Ling Kong coming through in second, and Toyue holding on to third position here in round 7 of the 2021 Porsche Carrera Cup Asia. Well, I think we've learned a few things about this Ningbo circuit, and so will the drivers and the teams. That's important to tuck away in the racing memory, because we're back here in 2 weeks for the next event. 2 more rounds before we head on to the season finale and the 3 rounds in October, and then in Shanghai for the final 3 rounds at the end of October. So still 8 rounds to go. We're approximately halfway through the championship. I'm John Hindhaugh. Bye-bye for now.
Porsche Carrera Cup Asia Pro and Class Championship.